Hey everybody, welcome back to Princess Friend. I am your host, Princess Friend. So over the weekend, I was actually gone in California at a convention, and as you can hear in my voice, this is what I sound like when I come back from a busy weekend. I heard and was sent the link to several people who sent me a thing saying that Trump was using Purple Rain at one of his rallies. And I was like, oh man, this is gonna be bad. So the Washington Post actually recorded an entire rally that Trump did in Mississippi, where he used Purple Rain as one of the songs during the almost 30 minutes of just camera on an empty podium. I want to point out, of course, that it wasn't just Purple Rain. There were a few other songs that I was like, really? You played that song too? So first we're going to talk about songs other than Prince that he did play as well, but then we're going to come back around to Prince. So the first one is We Are the World, and I'm like, what? That also is not necessarily all that great of a use at a Trump rally. Then there was Pinball Wizard, and it was the London Philharmonic version of it. Not the actual Who version, but Pinball Wizard as well. And I was like, wait a minute, I recognize that. And I had to look it up on my phone. And then the third song, you might not have heard it because it wasn't at the beginning, it was at the end, was You Can't Always Get What You Want from the Rolling Stones. They also played that one. So that's just 3 more people who should be angry that their music is being played at a Trump rally. Or should they? That's really kind of the question here. So coming back around to Purple Rain. Purple Rain is one of those really great songs. It's epic. Everybody loves it. So is there anything inherently wrong with playing this at a Trump rally? Because it's almost guaranteed you're probably gonna like this song specifically. Maybe they might not like all of Prince, but I mean, it's really hard to find somebody who doesn't like the song Purple Rain. But I'm at odds, right? Because I'm not one of these people who just thinks that every Trump voter and everybody who supports him is an evil person and all that stuff. I'm not in that camp. I think they are more than likely not really in the political sphere. They don't really follow politics, so they're much more able to just kind of take things at face value instead of trying to investigate things and figure out the truth. So that's kind of the question there, is that really that big of a deal to have people who, you know, they're not like evil people or anything, you know, but maybe they just don't know what they're doing. I don't know. I know some Trump voters and I like to think that they're still good people. So why can't they listen to Prince? You know what I'm saying? I think Prince's music was for everybody, and I think, honestly, I think it's a good thing for them to be listening to Prince, because listening to a song might make them go listen to other songs, and then they'll get kind of the real message and the truth that Prince used to sing about, you know, togetherness and caring for one another, and how that's not what's happening under the current presidency. And of course, this video is obviously going to get a little bit political, just by its own merit. Like, this is just what it is. But at the same time, it is mostly about the music, right? So there was a tweet from Dr. Funkenberry, which of course was wrongly reported as being a representative of the Prince estate, which I'm pretty sure he's not. If he is, I didn't know that. So I apologize for saying that you're not. But as far as I know, they're not. However, that tweet actually said, the Prince estate has never given permission to President Trump or the White House to use Prince's songs, and I've requested that they cease all use immediately. And it's in quotes, so maybe it was quoted somewhere else, but I didn't actually see it. The question is, can you curate what songs somebody plays before and after a speech, not during the speech? Obviously, they need to get permission for those sorts of things. Can they even tell you what not to play when, before the show actually starts? I assume they can play whatever they want at that point. But I think that it's an interesting statement, because what they're doing is they're saying, hey, President Trump doesn't stand for anything that Prince stood for, so don't play his music there. And I would 100% agree with that. At the same time, you know, I would hate to not let people listen to Prince if they want to listen to Prince. Crowd was really getting into it. I mean, what are you going to do? We Are the World, Pinball Wizard, Can't Always Get What You Want were 3 other songs. And then there was a lot of the songs that were obviously taken out due to YouTube copyright stuff too, which of course is a route the estate could go, that they could go ahead and just take that out of the video that there is. However, I'm kind of all over the place. I think that they should stop doing it if the estate wants them to, but I don't ultimately think that it's a terrible idea for some people who probably need some Prince influence in their life to have some Prince influence in their life. You know, some people say like, you need Jesus. Like, I don't know, like I almost say like, some of those people need some Prince. What do you guys think? It's not as if they played it and like Trump was like, hey, you know, and I stand for Prince and here's some Purple Rain while I'm on stage, and, you know, it wasn't anything like that. You know, it was just like before the speech, music to keep the people entertained and so that they don't like leave. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. I kind of want to talk about this a little bit more, but I feel like I'm rambling. Otherwise, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you want to be the last members of the Patreon drive that actually officially ends tomorrow, so you can get those last minute patrons in there, and then we will start sending out buttons, which I'm very, very excited about. I also want to thank some of the new patrons that we got over the weekend, like RVL Clayton, Barbara Brooks, Richard Lynch, and Gordon Augustin. I want to thank all of you for coming and having an amazing time with me on the Patreon. I was sharing some of the clips from the For You show with patrons while I'm in the process of editing those videos, and that's just one of the few things that you get as a patron is early access to some stuff. And other than that, as always, may live to see the dawn. I love you all. You know, something I don't often ask you guys all to do, but share these videos. It's super duper important, and it's what real friends do. So share these everywhere, and we can keep growing this community, and I'll see you in the next video.